You need to know something about me. Every morning I wake up thinking about two key moments that changed everything for me. These moments, they drive everything that I do. They have shaped who I am. The first moment happened when in the hospital, I stood beside my strong, beautiful wife Genevieve, and we laid eyes on my son Theodore for the first time. I saw his strength, I felt his potential, I saw my family and our future. And 2 years after that, I again sat beside my wife Genevieve, my equal, a woman who has stood beside me and lifted me up through trials no family should ever have to go through. In that second life-changing moment, I held my daughter, Savannah, for the first time. I felt her power, I felt her love, and I saw our future. Every battle that I have fought in the past pales in comparison to the one ahead of us now. Se battre pour leur avenir, notre avenir, votre avenir. A fight for their future, our future, your future. That is something worth fighting for. My family, we have fought long and hard about what comes next for us, because in recent days, we have won some hard-fought battles. It would be easy to enjoy the life we have built here in Brampton, and just keep my head down. But when I wake up and I think about those moments that changed my life and the responsibility I have to my children and to each of you, I know I need to keep on fighting. So many of you are tired and frustrated, and our nation needs to heal. We've all suffered the cost of 2 years of lost freedoms and a government that has weaponized our fears and our divisions to cling to power. We deserve a future where no matter what part of the country we live in, we can get a good paying job. We deserve a country where every region and province can succeed. We deserve a country where we are free to express our religion without fear of getting fired. We deserve a country that is governed by the rule of law and democratic values and not the historic overreach of the Emergencies Act. We deserve a government that actually helps Canadians and doesn't saddle them with generations of debt and a heavy burden of new taxes. We deserve a federal government capable of doing what it takes to protect us against an unstable world, protect allies like the people of Ukraine, and to stand against tyrants like Vladimir Putin. That is a future we must fight with everything that we have. Aujourd'hui, je vous demande votre appui pour devenir le chef du Parti conservateur du Canada. And that is why today I'm asking you to help me fight for this future as leader of the Conservative Party of Canada. I am more than ready for this fight. I know what it takes to keep fighting when everyone comes against you and still win. When the media tried to make me cancel culture's latest victim by smearing me with false allegations, I fought back and won. And even when this battle was still raging, the people of Brampton stood behind me and lifted me up and chose me to fight for them as mayor. I have always fought for a justice system that works for victims, not just the criminals. When a serial pedophile, Madeleine Harks, moved into Brampton, a monster who had over 60 victims, over 200 offenses, I led the charge that resulted in the police putting this perpetrator back behind bars and started a national conversation on protecting the rights of a community over the rights of a repeat dangerous offender. When my constituent Darren Henry was attacked in a local park and was re-traumatized by her assaulter being granted bail, I worked with her to build a national campaign for bail reform. I have fought criminals and gangs who bring illegally imported guns into the GTA. When everyone else was silent against legislation that bans religious symbols, I fought to protect religious freedom. Religious freedom is a foundational value in our country. No one should ever lose their job based on their faith, and we must fight. We must fight for the right of equality of opportunity for every Canadian, no matter if they wear a turban, a cross, a hijab, or a kippah, because that is a Canadian value. Lorsque tout le monde était silencieux contre la loi qui interdit les symboles religieux, je me suis battu pour protéger la liberté religieuse. La liberté religieuse est une valeur fondamentale dans notre pays. Personne ne devrait jamais perdre son emploi en raison de sa foi. Peu importe qui veut porter un turban, un hijab, un kippa, un croix, tout le monde mérite la même chance au Canada. I have fought this fight, and I've delivered. When government told our multi-faith city of Brampton that a bus driver couldn't display Merry Christmas on their bus, I intervened and won. Brampton now allows all faith celebrations on our public transit system. And when COVID lockdowns threatened the freedoms of families and businesses and the mental health of Canadians, I was one of the only big city mayors to speak out and demand an end to restrictions. I am the only big city mayor in Canada that has frozen taxes every year I've been in office while delivering 4 consecutive balanced budgets here in Brampton. These are fights worth having, and I've never backed down from them. I say the things that no one else wants to say, and I back my words with action. So I will fight to build a stronger Conservative Party, one that's rooted in our values and principles that can topple the Liberals. The only thing that matters to me is a better future for you. Yes. And the Conservative Party that I am fighting for is one that is principled and inclusive. I want people who have never voted Conservative and have voted for other parties to feel welcome in our family. I want people who... Thank you. Thank you. I want people who have been turned off by recent Conservative infighting to get inspired and fight alongside me for a better vision for our country. I will do this, and we will win. That's because I know what it takes to be a good leader, and I've done that. I know that to lead Canada, a Prime Minister has to speak to every Canadian. It doesn't matter what province or territory that you're from, who you love, what your faith is, or if you live on a farm or in a city, you need a Prime Minister that hears your voice, and that's me. Thank you. Thank you. That's how I've led as a federal member of Parliament, as a provincial Conservative Party leader, and now as mayor of one of Canada's most diverse cities. And I have real-life experience. I'm a trained lawyer. I've been so for 17 years, and I know what it takes to fight for people who need a strong voice. A leader needs to work hard, and I assure you, no one will work harder than I will. A leader needs to put their own interest aside and stand for what is right. A leader also needs to know how to build and empower a team. To my existing team here in the city of Brampton, I want to thank you for all your hard work. Together, we have honored our commitment to get Brampton back on track. I also think, and I want to thank you. It's many of you in this room today that encouraged me to run for the leadership of the Conservative Party of Canada, and because of your faith as in my role as mayor, because of your faith of me here in Brampton, I want to note today that I will donate my paycheck as mayor during this leadership contest to the Osler Foundation, Kelsa Aid, and Humanity First. I thank you. I thank you for the commitment you have made to support me in my local duties as mayor. With that, we are setting an example for other elected officials in this race to follow. To all members of the Conservative Party, I will lead us to victory. I will grow a strong caucus by recruiting hardworking, principled, and diverse candidates in unheld seats. I'll work closely with EDA presidents and activists to make sure their ridings are ready and capable of winning. I will unite our existing caucus no matter what candidate they choose to support. Each of our MPs will have a home in my team. With my leadership, I will empower their voices, not shoot them down. A good leader always puts people around them that challenge them, not dismiss their voices that they might not instantly agree with. With me, our caucus will have a leader that will listen, that will give glory to the team, not to myself, take ownership for mistakes, and heal fractures that have erupted in the past 3 years. And let's be honest, I am the leader in this race that can do that. And a leader must humbly address concerns that people may have about them. So let me talk about one concern that you might have about me. Here in Brampton, people are paying about $1.80 a liter for gas. We're paying outrageous prices for groceries. We can't afford this. We simply can't afford this. That's why last week I was the first Conservative to call for the Liberals to cancel the carbon tax increase that's planned for April 1st. And it's no joke. In about 2 weeks, the Liberals will make gas prices even more expensive, and that has to be stopped. We can't afford it. I also know that Conservatives care about protecting the environment and lowering greenhouse gas emissions. I certainly do. And the Conservative Party must be part of the solution to address the challenge of climate change. However, unlike the Liberals, our party cares about keeping life affordable, making sure we have energy security, particularly in light of Putin's atrocious invasion of Ukraine, and protecting energy sector jobs. Past attempts by Conservative parties in Canada to address climate change, including one that I led, haven't been done in consultation with our membership or caucus. Trust me from experience, I can definitely admit that is not the right approach. True leaders learn from experience and move forward. I know we have to get this right. Canada needs us to get this right. Justin Trudeau's Liberals have raised taxes, made life unaffordable, and decimated Canada's energy sector, and greenhouse gas emissions have tragically gone up at the same time. We must do better. And I can tell you, we've started that here in Brampton. In Brampton, we will be the first big city in Canada with a fully electrified public transit system, green, clean, and efficient, and we did that without raising taxes. This is the type of conservative environmental policy that Canada needs. My late mentor, the former Premier Bill Davis, actually created Ontario's first Ministry of the Environment. He knew that there could be no contradiction in caring passionately about the environment and caring about our economy. As leader, I will oversee a Conservative Party membership-wide consultation on the environment. I've learned from experience that our members need to decide the position of our party, and I'm confident that together we can come up with a winning position, one that addresses climate change and respects provincial jurisdictions, energy security, energy sector workers, while keeping life affordable. But to do any of this, to change any Liberal policies, Conservatives need a leader that can win. And let me repeat, leadership candidates can make all the promises they want on eliminating taxes, on making life affordable, on anything, but they actually have to have the ability to be elected Prime Minister to get those promises achieved. The question every person who votes in this leadership race needs to ask themselves, can this candidate become Prime Minister, or will they keep our party in the opposition benches? I don't know about you, but as a lifelong Conservative Party member, I am tired of fighting only to watch our party lose. For 2 straight elections, and under 2 very different leaders, Conservatives have won the national popular vote, but lost the election. Justin Trudeau is still Prime Minister. Why haven't we won? It's time to face the facts. Conservatives need a leader who knows how to build support in the communities, regions, and seats where we need to break through to form government. We need a leader that can build the broad, multicultural, multi-faith, values-driven coalition necessary to win in the areas where we keep losing, without compromising on what it means to be a conservative or letting down those in our party who have been members for years. That leader is me. I've been able to unite Canadians behind a positive conservative vision, and I've won. There are many conservatives who talk a big game about knowing how to break through in the seat-rich GTA, but have never delivered. My team here in the GTA has already got that job done. Brampton has been a Liberal fortress 3 elections in a row, and I built a winning coalition here as a Conservative. As a provincial leader, I won by-elections in areas that Conservatives didn't exist in years, like Scarborough Rouge River. Mark my words, with me as Conservative Party leader, there will no longer be free passes for Liberal seats in suburban Canada. In fact, with me, there will be no safe Liberal seats anywhere. But to do this, I would never sacrifice votes in Western or rural Canada. And as a proud leader from Ontario, I know we need Western Canada and rural Canada to win. Conservatives must, above all else, make sure Western Canadians are equally represented in Ottawa. I would never, ever abstain on a vote that gave Western Canada less voice in the House of Commons, as another leadership candidate did just last week. To win, the Conservative Party must stop treating Western Canadian Conservative members like an ATM and start delivering election victories. As a leader, Western Canadians can count on me to deliver them a victory, and I will make sure Conservative MPs and candidates from every part of Canada go to Western Canada, not just to ask for money for their campaigns, but to listen to the concerns of the people and actually deliver results. It's long past time for the rest of the Conservative Party to visit Western Canada, listen, because so often it's the other way around. Western Canadians know that the Liberal Party will never take their concerns about equality or energy or anything else seriously. Western Canadians have had enough. To finally fix Western alienation and unite our country, Western Canadians need a Conservative Party to do something that we haven't done in over a decade, and that's win. And that is something that I've always done and always will do. The Conservative Party of Canada also needs to win in Quebec. Pour que le conservateur gagne au Québec, nous devons respecter les droits des Québécois et donner au Québec une voix forte et un avenir meilleur. Je sais que la langue française doit être protégée. Je vais battre pour le faire. J'ai travaillé fort pour apprendre le français parce que je crois que c'est très important. Je veux que mes enfants l'apprennent aussi. Pour survivre, le français devrait être transmis à nos enfants et faire partie de la vie partout au pays. Pendant mon temps au niveau provincial, je me suis battu pour créer une université de la langue française en Ontario. Je reconnaissais aussi que l'autonomie provinciale est importante pour le Québec. En tant qu'ancien chef du parti provincial, je sais que nous avons besoin de lutter contre l'incursion fédérale dans nos droits. Je vais prendre cette expérience pour diriger le Canada tout en respectant la nation québécoise. Il n'y a aucune raison pour que le conservateur ne puisse pas gagner des sièges dans toutes les régions de Québec, y compris Montréal. En tant que chef du Parti conservateur, je vais pour la première fois nommer des candidats au Québec bien avant une élection et m'assurer que notre équipe a les ressources et la stratégie dont nous avons besoin pour gagner. Aujourd'hui, j'ai averti les libéraux fédéraux de Québec que je serai le premier chef du Parti conservateur depuis longtemps à voir un candidat du Parti conservateur remporter un siège dans la région de Montréal. I also know that Atlantic Canadians need a prime minister that doesn't take their votes for granted like Justin Trudeau does. I will build on the gains made by strong Conservative members of Parliament in Atlantic Canada and British Columbians, many of whom are facing the same out-of-control cost of housing that I fought here in the GTA, deserve a Prime Minister that will do more than pay lip service to that issue. I will bring the fight for affordable housing that I have fought for here in the GTA to every part of Canada. And I will make sure that Conservatives are elected in Canada's north on a vision built on Indigenous rights and Arctic sovereignty. To win, we must unite our country. Yeah, thank you. And to win, Conservatives must also inspire women with a vision of a better Canada for each of them. There are so many strong women in our party who are amazing role models for my daughter. But to win, we need a leader who will fight to make sure that the barriers of equality of opportunity that women face, like childcare as one example, are addressed by strong policies from our party. That leader is me. And a party, we must be the party that cultural communities can trust. As a leader, I will restore the faith that was broken by two policies that should never have seen the light of day: the barbaric cultural practices tip line and the niqab ban. Other leadership candidates are taking advice from the same senior advisors who decided to launch those policies in the 2015 Conservative federal election campaign. Advisors who never admitted the harm those policies did both to Canada and to our party. And to this day, continue to defend their decisions and back those policies. Advisors who have never admitted their mistake. Those policies in the 2015 campaign gave us Prime Minister Justin Trudeau. They attempted to normalize intolerance and served only to stifle Canadians' right to religious freedom. I will never back down from defending religious freedom. A winning Conservative Party led by me will passionately fight for our core Conservative value of protecting religious freedom. We will proudly lean into it. We will win, and we will end the Liberal Party practice of tokenizing diverse Canadians. The Conservative Party will win while proudly standing against Bill 21. Because it takes boldness on things that matter to win. As leader, I will stand with conviction for what we as Conservatives believe in, and I will stand against those who use purity tests against us, against each other, because that only serves to divide us and give Canadians reasons to vote against our party. I will unite us, and we will win. It's one thing to say you're running for Prime Minister, it's another thing to actually be able to deliver on that. Conservatives deserve more than a leader who is an attack dog in opposition, but will never be Prime Minister because they've already turned off many Canadians that we have to inspire in order to win a federal election. There's too much at stake to elect another leader who will keep us in opposition. We need to make life more affordable, Canada more secure and more united. We need someone who can win, and that leader is me. At the end of this leadership race, Thank you. At the end of the leadership race, I know my team will have built a team of hundreds of thousands of members that reflects every part of Canada and that is focused and ready to defeat Justin Trudeau. I'm excited and I'm ready, but I can't do this without you. And today I'm asking you to join me in this fight. Je suis maire Patrick Brown, je suis un combattant, je suis un chef et je suis un gagnant. Soyez avec moi et rassemblons-nous pour un avenir meilleur pour le Canada. I'm Mayor Patrick Brown. I'm a fighter, I'm a leader, I'm a winner. Stand with me and stand together for a better future for Canada. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.